Hi, everyone. It's us again.
Okay.
And we just wanted to say thank you so much for just the last few days and your outpouring of love through texts and messages and calls and really encouraging us and believing in us. So we're grateful for that. If you didn't see the first video that we put out, I'll give you a quick recap of what that was. And basically, a few weeks ago, Scott got let go from his job. And so that video was kind of sharing that information with you all, but then also letting you know what we were going to do and what we're doing out of it.
Yeah. So taking you back to that call that I received a couple of weeks ago, it was tough. It was difficult to get that news. It was difficult to kind of know what to do with it in the moment. Um, and to be honest with you, after I got off the call, um, it felt a bit like getting punched in the face, right? And for those of you who haven't been punched in the face, it doesn't feel good, and I wouldn't recommend it. But for me, it was sad, right? I poured a lot of myself into that role, and um, I had myself a good cry, to be honest with you. And shortly thereafter, we're people of faith, and I prayed, and I just asked God, what's next? Where do we go from here? And He very clearly said, trust me, right? And in that moment, something changed, and I decided to start packing up my things. I decided to start throwing things away, like notebooks and business cards, things I wouldn't need anymore. This chapter of my life, um, in that moment, had just turned, um, and that was a really liberating feeling.
So that was at that point that he gave me a call and just kind of shared the information and shared the news. And I told him I'd be right home. And I got into the car and kind of had that same initial just surge of feelings. Just on one hand, feeling really scared and sad and uncertain of, Scott is our sole provider. So how are we going to pay the bills? Where is the money going to come from? All of those thoughts first came. But then there was like this whisper and just got louder and louder. Also feeling a little bit relieved. The amount of travel that he does for his job had started to put kind of a constraint on things that we could do as a family. And so I felt a little bit relieved, and I felt like the word freedom just kind of came into my awareness. And I just really trusted that that was what the Lord was offering us. And so when I came home, I really asked before I walked into the house, how was I going to support Scott? And really just decided I was going to come in, um, trusting whatever position he was in. And so I came in and saw all of the things in the trash and all of the stuff on his desk just piled up ready to go, and asked, are you mad? Are you sad? What is going on? And he just clearly said that he felt like the Lord had closed that door, and that we have a choice in how we're going to move forward.
Yeah, and that choice itself was a long time in the making. Kaylin and I have dreamed and written about what our future would look like for a long time. And in this moment, we didn't know it was going to come out like this, but in this moment, we were offered the opportunity to choose what we really desired, or to retreat into what was familiar. So this is that choice, and thank you for joining us on this journey. We're excited, a little bit nervous as well about everything, but we want to offer that to you as well. Those of you who are thinking about doing similar things with your lives. So
Yeah.
we'll be posting our next video in a couple of days, and we look forward to connecting with you again sometime soon.
We'll see you soon, everyone.
See ya.
Bye.